If you remember in our annual special episode number 19, we had talked about the juxtaposition of fast and slow and
Mhm.
how the pandemic made us involuntarily choose slow by putting life on pause.
Yes.
I'd say now's as good a time as any to examine if that was just a blip or if this norm that the future belongs to the fast can be, indeed must be stormed. Slow is not a time or a place or even pace.
Mhm.
Slow is about making deliberate choices that make your world and potentially the world better. Slow is choosing positivity and shedding negativity. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that slow is an act of positive sacrifice.
Positive sacrifice. That's an interesting phrase.
Well, you let go of the things you don't need, that don't bring you joy, so that
Mhm.
at the end you're only left with what you love to fill your world with, to fill the world with. And as a way of being, I would go so far as to say it's the art of doing what matters without regret, guilt, or a feeling of merely following the herd.
Hmm. Hmm.
What about you, Anisha? Can slow win against fast? Is it a viable way of business and of life? What hacks do you have for our listeners?
This is one of those norms, where you say it's easier said than done.
Mm,
And therefore the hacks become so much more personalized and dependent on the kind of effort that you're willing to put in and the mindset that you're willing to shift. The hack that I have is that it's not about technology, but it's about technique that can help you slow down. People think that technology has made life fast, but there are some others who believe that technology has also allowed us to do things, certain things fast, so that we can give ourselves time to do things that we enjoy doing at leisure and at pace. But
mm,
I want to park the debate aside for the moment. It's not about technology, whether making it fast or slow. It's about what techniques can you adopt that can help you slow down.
okay.
And I want to use a very apt analogy of basketball uh,
Mm,
to amplify this. In basketball, you know what's the difference between the best players at any level and those who aren't quite as good?
I'm intrigued.
The ability to play the game at different speeds. In a
Mm,
practice session, a basketball coach did a drill where the players were asked to start dribbling from a standstill, accelerate quickly for 2 to 3 dribbles around 10 feet, then go slow down to a walk while dribbling some more, and finally accelerate at full speed into a jump shot. And what do you think happened?
I'm afraid I don't know because I've never played
You know, the
basketball.
basket. Almost every player struggled to execute the drill properly. And which part was the hardest for them? The walking.
Wow.
They would go fast at the start, just as the drill called for, but then the players would only slow down ever so slightly to a fast jog instead of walking. Why is slowing down so hard for young players? Most young players truly believe that they must be going full speed at all times in order to beat the defender. What they don't understand is that it's not the top and dash speed that enables an offensive player to get free. Rather, the technique to deceive and change pace that truly separates great players from lesser ones. And when I heard about this analogy, and I said, this is so true of our world of business.
Mm,
How can you improve your ability to control your own pace? Businesses need to realize that everything done at peak speed results in employees that are out of control.
mm,
The best employees are those that have begun to understand that you can't just work at high RPM all the time. Businesses have to teach them the technique to dial it back, set the defense up, get them thinking one thing while getting ready to do something else. Improving the ability to control their pace and change it at will is what will separate great leaders from the rest.